Hey guys, so yesterday was my birthday, Friday, May 16th, and I got some books for it from my family, from my parents and my sister, and yeah, I've been getting quite a lot of books recently, more than I've ever been used to getting, which is really nice. It's kind of encouraged me to keep on reading through everything I have sitting on my shelf, and that's really nice. And before I get into the books that my family got for me, I just wanted to show you a book that I got myself this month, and it is Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch. I'm actually supposed to be reading this as part of a read-along with a few other booktubers. I'm like really behind because I kind of didn't get it until like a few days after everybody else had already started reading it. But I eventually made my way to the bookstore and got it, and I'm really glad I did. I'm really glad to be reading it. The characters are great, the writing is great, the dialogue is great, Scott Lynch is really funny, and the story in general is just really entertaining to read. I can definitely say that I'm really liking it so far, and you can expect a review on it whenever I finish. And then also, before I get into the things my family got me, one of my very good booktube friends sent me something in the mail for my birthday, and I opened it yesterday on my actual birthday, and I recorded myself opening it, and I'll kind of insert that in right now. Hey guys, so it's the morning of my birthday, and I have something to open. This actually came a while ago, but I kind of set it aside to open on my actual birthday, and I'll show you who it's from. It's from Alicia. Me and Alicia have been talking quite a bit recently, and we've become really good friends over the past few months or so, and she wanted to send me something, so she did, and like I said, it came at like the beginning of the month. She sent it pretty early, and I've just kind of been letting it sit and let the anticipation grow for when my actual birthday comes. At the point where I can open it now, so let's open this. Ooh. It's wrapped. I had a feeling that she would wrap it. What was in that is this book. I kind of knew that she was going to send me this book. I had it in the back of my head, and I was pretty sure that this was the book she was going to send me. She said very recently that this was one of her new favorite books ever, and I've said multiple times to her that I really wanted to read it, and I'm really glad she sent me this. I'm definitely going to read it really soon. I've heard amazing things about this, not just from her, but from everybody that's read it. Tell the Wolves I'm Home by Carol Rivka Brunt. I'm really looking forward to reading this. And then inside of the book was a letter and this. I'm gonna open this first. It says friendship bracelets. Aww. Oh, this is so cool. That's awesome. There's this friendship bracelet and this little guy. It has like a little face and everything. I wanna see if I can show it to you. Hold on. There, can you see the face on it? I'm not sure if you can or not, but it's like a magnet picture. This is so nice. I've never had anyone send me anything before. This is amazing. And there's a card in here too. That is freaking awesome. Look at that movie camera. And a bookmark. I like this. This is really nice. I need a real bookmark for real. Like, I just use a tag from a shirt, and this is definitely what I am going to use now. And she wrote me a really nice little letter. She says in this, if anyone else gets you this book, I will die. And don't worry, I kind of knew which book it would be, or I guessed very heavily towards what I thought it would be. So no one else got it, don't worry. Seriously, thank you so much, Alicia. I'm about to send you a message saying thank you, and I just want to say it here as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it a lot. Thank you for everything in here. So yeah, thank you again so much, Alicia, for sending me that, and it was really sweet. So getting into the stuff my family got me, first thing that I'll show you is this. This is Humans of New York. It's by a photographer named Brandon Stanton. He moved to New York in I think like 2010, and since then has taken thousands of portraits of people in New York, always like interviewing them, asking them questions, learning a bit about them whenever he takes their picture. So these really unassuming portraits that are just completely objective. Brandon kind of puts his personality into things sometimes. Most of the time it's really just the picture of the person and something that they have said in their little interview with Brandon. And it just creates this really great look into the lives of people that you may just pass without a second glance sometimes. Just hearing about all the people's stories is really interesting, really great. This is probably one of my favorite photo projects ever. If you don't follow Humans of New York, at least on Facebook, then you definitely should, because it's amazing. He updates it every single day with tons of new portraits. And this book is just like beautifully well made. Like, I love this cover. It has all these portraits on it, and this dust jacket just goes with it really nicely. There's a whole bunch of great pictures in here, some that aren't even on the actual blog or Facebook itself. This just kind of like, this whole photo project just kind of makes me want to live in New York even more than I did before. I love New York and I would absolutely love to live there someday. And just looking at the people of New York and learning about the people of New York is such a great thing. And I love this book a lot. I love the way it's done. Definitely check it out if you're at all interested in any of that. These next two books are books that my sister gave me. The first is Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo. This is a classic that I've been wanting to read for a really, really long time. I love the Disney movie Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's my favorite Disney movie. I know that they're completely different from each other, probably. They're pretty different from each other, I'm pretty sure. I love this is a lot darker, which is really interesting considering that Hunchback of Notre Dame is a pretty dark Disney movie when you think about it. But I just really, really want to give this a shot. I've tried to read Les Miserables also by Victor Hugo before. I just couldn't get through it. Hopefully I don't have that same experience with this. This is a lot shorter than that. This is like barely over 500 pages, so it shouldn't be that difficult to get into, especially since I already know that I really like the story. I'm really excited to read it. The other book my sister got me is Cat's Cradle by Kurt Vonnegut. I read Slaughterhouse-Five very recently and I loved it a lot, and I just really want to read more of Vonnegut's work. And I've heard Cat's Cradle is the next book to go to after reading Slaughterhouse-Five, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to try to get Breakfast of Champions pretty soon too, to also read that. And the next book in here is Night Film by Marisha Pessl. I've heard a bunch of things about this, especially recently. There is a ton of praise for this book. It's definitely compared to things like House of Leaves and things like that. It definitely involves like filmmaking quite a bit, and there's like a whole bunch of really, oh that's nice, that little inside cover right there. There's a whole bunch of like pictures and really interesting little things in here. I've heard it's just really, really great, really well done, and I'm really, really excited to see what it's about. I'm honestly not completely sure what it's about. Other than that, it's just a kind of experimental piece of writing that I just think looks and sounds really interesting. I'm probably going to read this pretty soon because I'm definitely in the mood for something like this. The next book in here I'm really, really excited for. I'm sure several people would probably be pretty happy I have this, and that is The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. This just won the Pulitzer Prize, and from what I've heard, it definitely deserves it. The story sounds really interesting. The fact that such a diverse group of book readers loves this book. Like, I've seen quite a bit of people that don't generally read the same types of things all really enjoy this book a lot. I've heard many great things about Donna Tartt's writing style. I am hoping to get The Secret History pretty soon too. I'm not sure if I'll wait to read this until after I read that or not. I might just read this and then see if I want to read The Secret History after I read it. I'm not completely sure yet, but I am definitely really looking forward to reading Donna Tartt's writing. Alright, and then the last thing I have to show you is probably going to make several people happy to see me get. It is A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin. I have all 5 of the books that are out right now. A Game of Thrones, Clash of Kings, A Storm of Swords, A Feast for Crows, and A Dance with Dragons. I don't watch the show. I don't really watch TV shows much at all. I don't really have an interest in watching the show, but since the books are supposed to be as good as they are and the show seems to be as good as people are saying it is, I really wanted to see what the series is all about. I really have no freaking idea what the series is about. Not even a little bit. I know, okay, for example, I ask people what this series is about, and they're just like, oh, you just have to read it. It's too complicated to explain, just read it. Oh, what's this story about? What is A Song of Ice and Fire about? Well, it has a lot of characters. Okay, well, what is it about? Have you watched the TV show? The TV show is really, really good. Okay. What is the series about? Just watch it or read it. I can't answer that question. So I'm reading it because I want to know what the series is actually about. Because no one wants to tell me, and whatever. I guess that's a good thing. I can go in completely unaware of what I'm getting into. Hopefully it'll be as good as people seem to think it is. I'm sure it will be. I'm not sure how long it'll take me to get through all 5 of these because they're all pretty gigantic. I'm really happy I have these giant versions. I don't have like the small little mass market paperback versions. I really like these big paperback versions a lot. So kudos to my mom for getting me this box set instead of the small mass market paperback box set. That was very awesome. And yeah, I'm really excited to finally get into this. I'll probably try to read the first book, at least the first book, next month, and we'll see how I feel if I want to keep going after that, like straight through next few books. I'm probably not going to read all 5 of them straight in a row, but I will try to read the first book at least next month. And you can definitely expect a review from me on it, so you can see whether I am getting into the hype of it or not. Honestly, I really hope I do really like it, because now I have all 5 books and I'm gonna want to read all 5 of them. So that's it for my May book haul. I'm gonna mention one other book real quick that I don't actually have yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm either gonna get either later today or tomorrow, and that is A Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. That is the second book in the Kingkiller Chronicles. I just finished reading Name of the Wind this week. I'm gonna post a review sometime soon of that book, but I really liked it a lot, and I really kind of want to read the second one a lot sooner than I thought I might want to. So I might go and get that for myself this weekend. I'm not completely sure, but I thought I would mention it just in case, because I'm not going to make another haul video, and it's very unlikely you'll see another haul video for a few months. Actually, that's not true. You're going to see a haul video at the very beginning of next month, but that's kind of different, and you'll see what I mean when it comes out. But anyway, that's all. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've read any of these, tell me what you thought of them. I already know what a lot of people think of a lot of the books I got already, because they're all pretty popular. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.